Are your photos your photos? G'day. I'm not talking about copyright or anything like that. What I'm talking about are the photos you take, are they your vision, or are you copying what's already out there, trying to do your best version of it? Let's explore that today. You know, it's harder to follow your own creativity than it is to take photos for other people. What do I mean by that? Now, we've all heard about the so-called rules of photography, you know, composition, rule of thirds, good lighting, blah, 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 sharp lenses, sharp images, and ad nauseum. So, if you follow those things, you will get photos that are recognised by other people as being good and applauded, and you'll also be rewarded with people liking what you do. All these things are well understood, documented. There's countless YouTubes out there telling you how you should be taking photos. You should be doing this, you shouldn't be doing that, etc. We all know them. They all tell you to play it safe and follow the rules. But is that it? Isn't there more? That's how you take photos like everybody else. But if you want to follow your own vision and your own artistic expression, that's actually harder. It's more work. You're not following a bunch of rules that everybody else is following. You have to work a little bit harder at it. And it usually means shutting off the myriad of voices out there telling you what you should be doing. One way you can find a bit of a starting point for your own creativity is go back in time. Look at the photos you were taking before you were told there are rules to follow. What sort of photos were there? You were probably following your creativity because you didn't know there were rules to follow. So look at your early photos and see what direction you were going. It's probably the direction you should be going now. The second tip I can give you is, and this could also be hard for people, don't share your photos on social media. Yeah, difficult, isn't it? Especially if you rely on putting up photos to Insta or whatever every day or every week and waiting for people to comment and like and so on. What you're doing is taking photos for other people, waiting for them to reward you with pats on the head. Stop it. Don't put your photos on social media. Don't show them to other people because you shouldn't be taking them for other people. You're trying to find your own vision, your own artistic style, your own voice. So it's all about what you like. Do you like your photos? You're the most important person, the most important judge. Not everybody else, not every dog in his man out there who thinks they understand the rules of photography. Ignore them. Don't even show them. So keep your photos to yourself and keep going back and looking at them and gravitate towards the ones you enjoy, the ones you think are where you've nailed it, where you've shown some artistic expression. Not every photo will. So the ones that don't grab you, put them aside. They're not the ones you should be looking at. Keep following your path step by step towards your vision. When are you most satisfied in taking photos? Is it walking around the streets of your city? Is it trekking out to distant landscape locations? Is it doing portraits of people? Find out where you feel really engaged in taking the photos. And that's another step in the right direction where you need to go. Understand that your artistic vision is for you. It's not for everybody else. It's not for going out on social media. It's not for getting plaudits from other groups of people. How do you feel about them? Take photos for yourself, and it's your voice you should be listening to. Validation is irrelevant. Happiness and satisfaction of your photos will come from within you, not from without. How about when people criticise your photos? Well, not everybody will get your photos, okay? They won't understand. Many people look at photos through a rule book. Have you followed all these set guidelines? So they're looking for obedience to technique, and that keeps you in a really beaten, narrow path with fences on both sides of it. All these rules and validation from other people try to guide you through those steps that everybody else has taken. All the sheep go down there. But when you look sideways, over the fence, off the beaten track. The whole world is out there. And that is liberating. Of course, when you climb a fence and explore the world of photography outside that narrow beaten track, people won't quite understand. Some will. Even they're irrelevant. I mean, it's nice to come across them. But you're trying to follow your vision. How do you feel? Where are you going? What path are you taking? It's up to you, not everybody else. You won't take photos for them. You're taking photos for yourself. That way, criticism has no weight. If you're told, oh, you've blown out the highlights. Well, yeah, they're blown out because you did it that way. That was what you wanted. So people saying it's wrong, they're wrong. If you take the photos you want, they're the photos you want. What other people think is just noise. Don't get upset about it. They're all stuck to following the rules. So, you know, they're not trying to be down on you. They're just trying to think, well, maybe this guy should get back on the track. But your path isn't theirs. Follow yours. Okay, I've said before, most of you know by now, I'm a member of a photo society, Yarra Ranges Photographic Society. Check them out, yrps.org. And I encourage people to join their local photo society. Apart from anything, they're usually full of good people. So it's good for you socially. But it's also good because you see what others are doing, whether it's might be good for you. You can applaud what they do, even if it isn't what you're doing. You know, be a bit social, even for an introvert like me. I enjoy it. But if I'm trying to follow my own path and forget the rules because they're man-made, they're not legal. Rules of photography are vague guidelines, and you don't have to follow that beaten path. You can climb the fence and go out in the world and do your own thing. If that's not expected, because photos I take aren't following all the rules, why on earth do I keep submitting photos for evaluations that are judged on all these rules? Well, 3 reasons. 1, I want to remain active in the group. Okay, I want to be positive and take part. 2, I'm ever hopeful that I might find a judge who can understand beyond the rule book. Ever hopeful. And 3, if they're not, I'd like to expand their mind a bit beyond those rules. So 3 positive reasons why I do this, even when it might seem futile. So does that mean I only take one type of photo? Weird photos that only please myself? No, I like all sorts of photography. I like the pretty pictures, you know, the ones that would end up in a calendar or something. To me, they're visually appealing. Beyond that though, they have no weight. There's no story to them. There's no experimentation. They're pretty. I don't even think they border on being art. But you see them everywhere. The internet is full of them. Instagram is full of them. Pretty pictures. They can be fun to do. They're pleasant to look at. So I still enjoy doing some pretty pictures. Sometimes though, I take photos that require a heck of a lot of dedication. Looking at the timing, exploring the gear, talking to people who might be in the photograph, going to remote locations, sometimes at difficult times of day or night. To take a single photo like that requires an enormous hours and hours of dedication and work and effort beforehand and during and then after to produce the final result. So some photos I don't put in the pretty calendar picture category. I put in the I worked hard for this, so, and I got the result I wanted. They're worth taking. And then there's photos with story. Now you hear this a lot, and I've said it a lot. I value a photo with story way above anything, the prettiest calendar picture in the world. Visually appealing, but boring, doesn't tell me anything. But a photo with story will grab me, and they're the ones that last. So what does it mean, story? When I look at a photo, if it makes me wonder about the person or the situation, if it makes my mind try to figure out what happened leading up to this photo, and then what will happen now that after this photo was taken, if it makes me wonder about the person and the situation, then it has a story, because it's making me think of more than just that 500th of a second that might have produced a pretty picture. That's a photo with story, and that will grab you. They're the ones that are actually applauded, remembered in history. I've taken lots of pretty pictures for calendars, but they're ephemeral. They're replaced the next time you scroll on Instagram. But a picture with story will last through history. And we've seen that with numerous photos, especially the early days with famous film photographers. The photos they take that we remember have story to them. And then finally there's that you've gotten off the beaten track, you've climbed the fence, you're exploring that wide world of your own artistic creativity, trying to find your own path. I've started that journey myself. I'm not on the path anymore. I can still take photos in there, but I'm over the fence, I'm wandering through the wilderness, looking for my own creativity. I'm finding it one step at a time, and I'm enjoying the process of discovering what sort of photos I like taking. I like the process of actually going out and taking them, and it's a never-ending story. So long as I have a camera, I can keep following that path step by step, taking photos that are mine, not copies of everybody else's, not the ones that are going to be rewarded in evaluation nights. My own artistic expression, and they're my photos. No one else is going to take them because that's not their artistic expression. And I absolutely urge you, get off the beaten path, find your own path, step by step, explore your own artistic creations, find yourself, follow that vision that is uniquely yours, because no one else is going to do it. No one else will take those photos. Thousands of people will take photos of sunsets. What are you going to do? Pick up your camera, take it for a walk, and have some fun. Bye.